You are listening to the Foamy Heads Podcast, where we discuss craft beer and anything else that accompanies a glass.
It is the Foamy Heads.
Yeah. Mitch and Rich on the mics.
We here.
Drinking beer.
We here drinking beer. I'd rather not be anywhere else right now because we've got two special beers today.
This is going to be fun.
Yes.
Really fun.
It's already started out kind of fun.
Yeah, it really did. I love these guys.
Yes.
Living Waters, based out of Nashville, Tennessee. Lucky for us, just a few minutes away.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Good location.
Started out as a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they decided, hey, let's utilize the other 8 hours of our day and serve beer. But turns out you can walk in the morning if you want.
Yeah.
Get a cold brew. Beer, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a cold brew coffee as well if you want.
You can. They got it. Tea, coffee, cold brew. No nitro as far as I know, but there is tons of beer.
What are we drinking?
So these are the two special releases. We're starting off with Dyson Sphere, a blended barrel-aged stout.
I'm really excited on this one.
It's 10.1% ABV, and prior to recording, we knew it was going to be a bitch to get into because the wax is thick on this one. It's a thick boy. Thick boy.
Yeah.
I messaged Living Waters, and I was just like, hey, this is a thick boy.
Thick boy on our hands.
They're like, what are you drinking? It's Dyson Sphere. So we had a good laugh about it. And pro tip from Living Waters is to get that wax down to about 33 to 35 degree Fahrenheit, and it'll snap off real easy. So,
okay.
Science baffles me sometimes, and that's one of those things where instead of applying any thought to solving a problem, I just go full brawn. So we had, the pocket knife. We took out the saw.
Pliers.
Pliers, saw, bottle opener with the teeth, kind of. We used that to chip away, and it accidentally broke the seal a little bit. And there was something else we used.
Might have been just a bottle
Scissors.
opener. Scissors, yeah.
Scissors with the teeth or whatever.
Yeah, they have it's almost like a tooth grab thing at the bottom. You can just grab it and turn it around. I think it's mainly used for like bottles of wine when you're trying to get the the foil cap off the top.
I guess so. I thought it was for like breaking bone and shit.
Shit, maybe it is.
Breaking down a chicken kind of thing.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know, man. It breaks.
It worked
nuts
for the
too,
beer.
It's a multi-purpose.
Yeah.
But even better for beer.
Yeah.
So everything worked out. We got it done. It's screaming to be let out. So we haven't poured it yet, so we'll go ahead and open it.
Let's pop it open. The Living Waters Dyson Sphere Construct 1 from Living Waters, 10.1% ABV, 40 IBUs, blended barrel aged Imperial Stout. 3 unique stout recipes in 3 unique casks. Aged for 15 months in a Willet Rye, 16 months in Four Roses, 14 months in Russell Reserve, and then blended to perfection. Swirls of creme brulee, peanut butter, s'mores, vanilla, and sticky bread pudding.
Sticky bread pudding.
To tantalize the taste buds with every sip. I did not come up with that. I know that sounds like I came up with it on the spot, Mitch, but I did not come up with that on the spot. That's straight from Living Waters, which I assume comes straight off of their website. Oh, you got a foamy head on that one.
Yeah, it's big.
Probably, I would imagine, because we were letting some of the CO2 out.
Yeah, that's true.
When we were initially trying to get this bitch open. Oh, it looks tasty.
Yeah. There's still a little in there, so I'll let it settle a little bit. Okay. But what do you... So it's got that head retention right there.
Yeah, they're real tight bubbles. It almost looks like a nitro foamy head.
It does.
But they're dissipating obviously in the opposite directions in nitro brews. When you're looking at the term cascading. The bubbles are kind of cascading and they're almost like imploding on themselves, and they're kind of rolling backwards down the outside of the glass or the edges of the glass as it's going down. This one's not doing that. Obviously, it's not a nitro brew, but it's got those tight bubbles that makes me think that it's a nitro beer. But after looking at it just for a little bit, it kind of dissipates and turns into a regular foamy head. It looks real dark.
It is black as night.
Yeah.
Like space.
10.1? Yeah.
Yeah, 10.1. So it's kind of on the same scale as a St. Bernardus. 10.1, I think, is the same.
Is that a St. Bernardus? Is around 10%?
I think so.
Okay.
If not, it's 12, and I'm completely
You and I went to, shout out Hendersonville, Blossom Cellar Door. They had a St. Bernardus tap takeover.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
I think
it was Gary Lorio was the guy that on site.
Okay.
Slinging St. Bernardus gear and drinks.
We had the Abbott 12.
Mm-hmm.
I think they had a Wit on tap as well.
Yes. I think it was their... Yeah, you're
I can't
right.
remember what it was.
I can't remember either. There's a few of them.
We've had a few beers since then.
It's been 3 years or so.
Really?
I think so.
Not since that tap takeover.
Yeah, it's
really?
been a minute. Yeah.
Shit. COVID, man, will get you every time.
Every fucking time.
I'm sitting here still trying to process the second half of 2019, and 2022 is like 6 months away.
Yeah. It's wild, man.
Seems like just when we were about getting ready, everything back to normal, it seems like things are starting to creep up again on us. I hope that it doesn't do the same thing that it did when COVID first kind of came into the country and we had this mass shutdown and all that stuff. I doubt we're going to get there, but we're hearing stories and hearing things about, scares and stuff, especially with the Delta variant.
Right.
I hope we just don't get to that point again.
Same. It sucks. No one. It's been so politicized. No one can see through. I guess their own blinders.
That's the
it's
shitty
weird.
part.
Yeah.
This should not be political, but for whatever reason it is. I'll digress. I shouldn't get into that, but for whatever reason, this has totally gotten politically out of hand when I can't see the political aspect of it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I got vaccinated, so I'm on the living side. If you're not vaccinated, you're not on the living side.
If you want to come to the living side, then get vaccinated.
Right. It's just going to get worse from what they say. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Don't get a microchip. Whatever. No one wants a microchip.
No one wants a microchip.
No RAM upgrades. No CPU increases.
Just get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Tell them you don't want the microchip version of the vaccine. You just want the regular one. And for those sitting there worrying that they're going to start tracking you, they already are tracking you with the device that's in your pocket. They don't need a vaccine to do it.
Yeah. You've also signed papers. You've officially documented where you live already. I mean,
they know where you are.
They know what you have.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Anyway,
back to beer.
I would live in a Dyson Sphere if given the opportunity.
I feel like an idiot, but I don't know what a Dyson Sphere is.
Well, you need to be vaccinated before you join the community up in space.
So that's me.
Okay.
I'm vaccinated.
You're all set.
I got the redheaded stepchild vaccine, the Johnson & Johnson one. So
yeah.
I'm like 70% there.
All right.
According to the Delta variant.
That's right.
So maybe I can join or maybe I need the Moderna or the Pfizer to get into the Dyson Sphere.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, but surely that's enough.
There's next year then.
I passed classes with a 70.
That's true. I passed. That's a good point.
Oh, man.
Let's smell this thing.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it smells
chocolate.
So good. Fuck.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
S'mores? I know they mentioned s'mores in the flavor profile.
And that pudding. It smells kind of like a pudding in a way.
Yeah. Oh, it smells great.
Oh, man.
This is not what I expected it to smell like, by the way.
No.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. This smells like a sweet dessert. I don't smell any alcohol.
This thing is, again, it's super dark. The head or the foam is kind of caramely.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed, but it dissipated at a decent rate. It retained itself for long enough, as much as I care for. And I just can't wait to dive into it. It's given me bourbon barrel aged Rasputin vibes. Of course, this is going to be sweeter and more. What is it? Not delicate. It's going to just beat our palate's ass. But
I'm okay with that.
I am too. I'm ready to dive in for dessert.
Let's try it.
I smelt it before I drank it. I was like,
Wow.
holy shit.
Barrel aged, definitely.
It punches you with that bourbon kind of front
I get a
roundhouse
little rye.
kick.
I get a little bit of rye.
A little bit of that strong. What is that called with rye?
It's almost like a. No, I guess strong would be the word. It's not bitter
No.
by any means, but it's kind of more. It's strong.
Yeah.
might be the terminology for it. It's not. I don't know. It's really good.
It leaves a wonderful aftertaste.
Yeah, the boozy aftertaste kind of stays like the barrel aged.
Yeah.
Kind of fades into some like dark chocolate,
Mm.
maybe.
I get dark chocolate along with that. Again, what kind of pudding was it?
Need to consult with the interwebs. Sticky bread pudding.
Sticky bread.
I guess that might be more of where I get the sticky bread pudding is kind of on the, not necessarily on the taste for me, but kind of more on the viscosity. Like it's a heavier. It definitely drinks like a 10% beer, but not because of just the barrel age. Like you could argue that this tastes higher than a 10%, 10.1%, but that heaviness, that stickiness kind of that stays with you, like on the roof of my mouth just stays. That's where I'm getting kind of the bread pudding. There's a little bit of that aftertaste. Man. But you're right. You're kind of channeling some Rasputin vibes from a not totally flavor profile, but it drinks like an old Rasputin.
Yeah. And high marks on this one already for me.
And this is the right temperature to drink it, I think.
Yeah.
It's not freezing cold, and it's not room temperature. Tons of flavors coming out on this.
Damn.
Flavor profiles on Untapped.
Well, it's definitely barrel aged, and it's rich.
Yep.
Would you consider this thick?
No. I don't.
It's sort of a medium for me too. Yeah. It's not exactly. It's not like. What was a thick beer I've had to compare? It's hard to think now since I haven't pursued these dark beers in a few months. But
well, what about the? It's an unreleased episode that we did. But what about those Cafe Deaths from Revolution, like those Death Tar?
I would call them heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they drank similarly, but
Not thick.
nah, not thick.
Okay.
I think heavy's a better word. Thick is like oatmeal. You know, well, my oatmeal I usually have less water in it, so it's thick. So
Thick boy.
yeah, thick boy. So maybe not the best example.
So
Thick like pudding.
So Dogfish Head does a worldwide stout. And they do an oak vanilla aged version of it as well, but they do a regular worldwide stout, and it has been thick when I had it.
Yeah.
That's one of the heavier viscosities brews that I can think of at the moment.
Yeah.
Not that it tastes anywhere similar to this, but just from a heavy, thick beer, that worldwide stout kind of tastes like it. Thick for this one. I mean, you could argue it if you're not used to 10% beers, but we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. This is probably more of a medium
I'd say
viscosity.
medium. Yeah. It poured real nice. It didn't pour like motor oil or anything.
Definitely smooth.
Makes me think I need to try old engine oil again.
Old engine oil?
Yeah. Have you had that before?
No.
Okay. I think the last place I saw it was at a store in Mount Juliet.
Oh,
so-
you're not fucking with me. There's
No.
a beer called Old Engine Oil.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's very interesting. At least it was at the time. I've had it one time. and
Does it
was
live
good.
up to its name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I really enjoyed it. So, if you like heavy, dark, thick boy beers.
So Highwire does a 10W40 stout series.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about those.
Yeah. Some of they got salted caramel, a little bit lighter on the ABV than probably this. Some of them are super dark. Like one of them that I had, I can't remember which one. It wasn't the salted caramel, but it was a super dark caramel stout, and it was very heavy. I'll have to look it up, but that also kind of sat in the same camp from a thick boy.
Yeah. They definitely did. I've had a few variations of their 10W40. It is thick. It's not like my 0W20 or whatever that I use for my car. So that shit burns it up and eats it. So I have to, every 2,000 miles, I'm like,
you got that Subaru.
It's a fine car. It got me through winter vortex and the interstate behind semis. It's fine, but it burns oil like a bitch.
I remember you saying that. You say you have to keep adding oil.
Yeah.
It's not leaking on the ground anywhere, is it?
No.
It's
just notorious for that. I don't know when I learned it or read about it or what, but pancake engines, I guess, are just kind of bred for burning your shit. I don't know. It's something I'll have to look into again because I'm not a car mechanic guy. You know what I mean? I like cars, but I'm not all about the engine. I'm just like, hey, how's that frame looking? And by the way, all the frames today suck, so it's like I don't really give a shit anymore.
That's right.
But yeah, give me a Porsche any day.
There you go.
But you can put like a 4-cylinder engine in it, and I wouldn't. I'd be all right with that. Good.
You're
mileage.
not going to find a Porsche with a 4-cylinder engine.
Well, Boxster.
I don't think those are 4-cylinders.
Yeah, they use the Subaru engine.
What?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. That's the only one that I think it's Box STER,
Okay.
Boxster.
I know I'm probably about to ruffle some feathers here.
Oh, go for it.
anybody that's listening that owns one. I can say that because I used to own one. Driving a Porsche Boxster is like driving a BMW 3 Series. The only people that ever really talk about owning Porsches are the ones that have the cheap entry-level Boxsters.
Yes.
If
I can see that.
If you are a badass, your car will speak for itself. You don't have to fucking tell somebody you own or drive a Porsche. They will see it and they'll be like, shit, that dude drives a nice ass Porsche. Similarly, you're driving a BMW. Oh, I drive a BMW. We get it, dude. But the Nissan Maxima costs more than your BMW 3 Series does.
Yeah. God, it's weird. Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on a Boxster Porsche because I'd be one of those guys.
Trick it out.
Yeah. Give it a little flair. 911 would be wonderful, but I'll never see one.
Those 911 turbos are nice.
Shit, yeah. And some of the ridiculous spoilers, are they on the Carrera? I'm probably butchering the word, but Carrera models or something, where they have those giant whale fin. Whale tail.
Whale
not right to say. That's like more of a thong riding up your ass, but you know, big ass spoiler is what I'm trying to get
this
at.
may or may not be our first beer of the evening either.
Hey,
well, it might be yours. You had that low-cal.
Oh yeah, I had the low-cal from Yazoo.
Shout out to Yazoo.
Hell yeah, that was a good beer.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't hate that beer.
Right.
That was actually kind of.
That's the main thing.
It was an American Wild Ale.
Yeah, American Wild Ale. Didn't hate it.
Low calorie.
Low calorie.
2.3 carbs or something like that.
Yeah.
3.5% ABV.
Mm-hmm.
Tasted more like a Saison to me.
Yeah. Once you said Saison, it clicked for me. I was like, that's the profile I was looking for to connect the dots in my brain.
But they put it under their Embrace the Funk logo. But I didn't get too much funk out of that beer.
No, it was just very faint. A nice little tease, if you will.
That beer for somebody like myself, if I were to kind of grow into that category, that's where I would start.
Definitely. If you're not a sour person, funk person, sour's not really the right word to use. I'll say funk. If you're not a funk person, that's a good starter beer. Especially at Yazoo that has like, you could almost do a flight leading up to the heavier funk with what they've got currently. So, sorry. I think, what was it? Locale with an E?
Yeah, Locale, Locale. I don't remember what I said earlier, but this says 3.8%.
3.8
ABV.
Yeah.
Low calorie, low carb, pale ale fermented with a single local Nashville harvested yeast strain Brewed with golden promise malt, flaked wheat, and rye. Hopped with earthy saws and delicate additions of citra. 3.8% ABV, 94 calories, and 2.3 grams of carbs calculated. It was super easy to drink, and considering it's 90 plus degrees today,
It's a good one to have on hand.
yeah.
That's awesome. Man.
That was from Mitch. Mitch brought that over, and I was really excited. Low cal. Oh, and I was like, American Wild Ale.
Right.
But it turned out good.
It was great.
I enjoyed it.
It was fantastic. I don't know. I didn't know what I expected out of that one, to be honest. Low calorie usually puts a distaste in my mouth, but those beers are on the rise because I mean they got a seltzer market to compete with, right? So
I'm probably going to catch shade for it, but I'm so waiting for that phase to just die down.
yeah, I like seltzers, but alcoholic seltzers have a certain twang to them. Not a fan of. If I'm drinking a seltzer, I'm kind of drinking it to get hydrated.
Yeah.
Not fucked up, but I mean,
Or put it in something else that already has
it's a
alcohol,
mixer.
gin and tonic, or
that's true. They make
seltzer
hell of
water.
a good mixer.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I haven't done that at home. So, yeah.
Here's some raspberry flavor, but you don't get all the raspberry flavor. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, nope, take it away real quick.
Right.
I don't seltzers are weird because it's like they almost give you the flavor, and then right when you're about to experience a good flavor, they just pull it back from you.
It fades.
It fades.
Yeah, it's kind of like my whole gripe with ciders. That's me personally. It's nothing against the profile seltzers and all that, but just not my thing. But I love like normal apple cider. Second, it's alcoholic. It's too sweet for me or something. It's too much. I can have like a taster and that's it.
Well, they try to go in different directions
Yeah.
with it too. It's like, how can we take a cider and flip it up? And that's good from a unique standpoint, but
Yeah.
just stick with the. I personally don't mind ciders. I understand the market for it, but I don't really drink them.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Same. Yeah. I think I had gypsy cider several times at beer festivals.
Yeah.
It's a good, just like I taste it every time to push my limit. That's all. That's why I go to beer festivals, to test the palate out,
Yep.
and just see where I lay. Because I'm not going to spend money on something I know I don't like a 6-pack or whatever. So beer festivals, I've already paid my ticket. I'm going to try everything, see what hits.
And that ticket most of the time costs you upwards of $60 or $70.
Several 4-packs.
Oh
You better
my
drink your
gosh.
share while you're there.
Drink your share.
That's why I have a little bit of everything.
You
Man.
won't find this beer at a festival though.
Oh hell no! Yeah, nah. This one sold out quick.
Did it?
Yeah, they had a little bit of a fuckuckery.
Like from a pre-order standpoint?
Yeah. That word my boss taught me. Fuckuckery. It's very fun to say. But
Fuckery.
they had an issue with some of the checkout things because they had their own. I don't know if it's proprietary or a custom-made thing or what, but people got in air quote charged twice because they had to fix something on the spot. So everyone got a notification that you got your beer and you've been charged, and then they had to run it through again. I don't remember what happened, but they fixed it, and of course they dropped the other pending charge. But that freaks everyone out nowadays because everyone's they're connected to their banks in their hand. So you're getting the notifications, you're just like rolling out what or the bank's telling you what's happening with what you've been charged and what you've paid for, and then you get dinged twice. You're like, oh, hell no. So you're immediately going to reach out, raise some hell. So I hope they did okay with the people that, did that. But yeah, thankfully the pending charges, they posted about it. They kept everyone very aware. They're very good people. They just made sure everyone was aware of the situation. So
Living Waters has been very open with everything that they're doing. And when we had that interview with Ryan, back in towards the beginning of the season, gosh, it might have been, was it last year? It might have been 2020.
It was 2020. We
Yeah.
did a virtual interview.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard that one, then go check that one out. It's further down. Maybe we'll post a link to it on like our Twitter feed or something like that. But
Definitely.
the interview with Ryan, he's number one, he's a great guy. Him and Gentry are just cool ass people.
Yeah.
but they're very open about everything they do. Oh, well, we want to tweak this a little bit. We want to do that. And I appreciate that they don't release beer that they wouldn't want other people to drink, much less beer that they wouldn't drink. But at the same time, they understand that the reason they're named Living Waters is because it's a constantly evolving process.
Yeah.
So you can release an IPA and he might be like, well, it's really good. It's not what I was going for. I feel like I'm going to tweak a little bit. That's exactly why their Highgate series exists.
Right.
They're different hops. Can we do this a little bit different?
Mm-hmm.
And their IPAs are just, they just don't, well, it's not what I wanted, but I'll just stick with it anyway. They're constantly evolving.
Yeah. I love the Highgate series because it's always going to be something different.
Yeah.
That same or the other side of the same coin. I'm like, I missed that number one.
Oh,
it was
first
so good.
Highgate.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh, man.
That one blew me away with the coconutty taste from the hops.
So I have a question for you on that.
Yeah.
Is it nostalgia?
It could be partly, for sure.
Or do you specifically going, I remember this first one?
Well, the first one I bought like 3-4 packs of.
Got it. So you've had it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I bought
that's
quite a
different
bit
than
of it.
Yeah.
The second one was good. I think the third one I bought a couple packs of, and then Series C, D, E. I think we're on E right now.
I think they just launched 1701F.
Oh, okay. So I have had the F, and it's all right. I need to have it again just to like put it into my head, because I've only had it on draft. I didn't buy a pack of it to have time and time again. So I definitely need to go check it out along with all their other offerings because they're pumping them out.
Yeah.
They've got 2 Pilsners, I think, now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they've got their IPAs. And I think it was Yosemite. But what was their other IPA?
Light something.
Well, the light was good. Yeah.
Okay.
That one was really good. But I'm thinking, you remember the first time I introduced you to Living Waters? It was that
Gullfoss. Was it Gullfoss?
I don't think it was Gullfoss. It was in a crowler, and it was a mixture of hops.
Victoria?
It was Victoria. That's what I was looking for. So, when I first introduced you to Living Waters with the crowler of their IPA, it was like Yosemite with Citra, I think, or something like that.
It was Yosemite.
Okay.
It was Yosemite because they had the original Yosemite,
Yeah.
which is what I think you introduced me to at the Crowler.
Yeah.
And then you and I were at Living Waters, and then they had Yosemite with Citra.
Well, what I got was with Citra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because it was
that's what
amazing.
I started out with. Then.
Yes. And that is now Victoria, from what I understand.
Oh.
I need to check my facts. But yeah, it's along the same lines
So
because
good.
people, talked about that IPA with Citra, I think it was. So, Ryan, correct us, slap us, feed us beer until we can't drink anymore if we're wrong. But it's one of those things like I kept going and getting that crowler. I got it for a work occasion, a meeting with my boss, I got it for you. I bought multiple crowlers of that. So
you were the one that got me onto Living Waters.
Okay. I just remember sharing the crowler.
I'd never heard of them before.
Okay.
I know you had gone to a coffee shop. Maybe I'd heard of them from a coffee shop standpoint.
Maybe.
And then you mentioned it, and DJ I think had it as well, and was like, Yosemite, yes,
Yeah.
that was so good.
Yeah, Yosemite, yeah.
And I think you, me, and DJ might have sat on the back porch one day and split that crowler.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we had a
good.
big beer share day.
Ryan,
that day.
you have a great talent, man.
Yeah, good ass palate.
Stop making me spend money.
Damn it. Yeah.
And this one's no exception.
No, this one's amazing, man. I'm still cruising on it.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling too wasted. I'm glad we split a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I love the blacked out bottles and then the more minimalistic labels, but it's got such a nice little, I don't want to call it pop art because it's not, but I like the texture and all that stuff. Whoever's doing that, kudos. I mean, it sells me on the design itself.
All their bottles are great like that. They're
yeah.
I don't want to call them stick figures, but they're real. I think minimalistic is the word for it.
Yeah.
Dyson Sphere seems to be a little bit more complicated than their other bottles, but only because it's a Dyson Sphere.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I might have accidentally, I don't think you can live on Dyson Spheres. I might have been thinking about a different space construct. Hold on. It's not the vacuum. Just so
I thought
everyone's
a Dyson. I thought a Dyson Sphere was like a source of energy.
It is. You're right. It's a power output thing where you surround a star and take its energy
and absorb its energy. Yeah,
you don't want to live there.
because you're talking about, there's many experiments talking about if we could take a Dyson Sphere and lay it over our sun and just like pull the sun's energy. That's like a Type 6 civilization or some shit like that.
It's
We're
high
nowhere
up
near
there.
that year.
No, we keep killing each other.
We keep having pandemics and not wearing masks. We can't. We're not able to graduate to that level of humanity yet.
Shit, what is that megastructure then that it encapsulates a civilization in it? It's in Gundam and shit. I don't remember. Space colony.
This is going to be one of those Google search results. And going to be like, did you mean? And you're going to be like, yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I keep forgetting what they're called. Space colony's good enough to go with because it's giving me all the 1980s artwork.
Oh, yeah.
But, it keeps the center of gravity by rotating and everyone's laid out in a whole little mega structure. But anyway, my bad. I hadn't even been drinking yet. I'm just stupid.
I'm trying to rate this.
I went ahead and did.
Oh,
myself.
did you already check it in?
I did.
Ah, okay. So I haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I am going with
Damn, it's good.
4, 5.
I did that exact thing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
It's damn good.
I really, really like it. If I could, and obviously, in search of the perfect beer, what could I? There's not much about this beer that I want to change because I enjoy the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
I think if it was to be even more perfect, and I have to be extremely picky,
Yeah.
a little more flavors because they listed quite a bit.
Yeah, and we didn't really get all of them.
Right. But based on what I tasted
Unless
alone,
our palates just suck.
I mean, there's always
could
that.
have been that.
There's that. But I mean, based on my palate alone, it is a 4 or 5 solid beer.
Mm-hmm.
And that, in a typical rating system that's not Untapped, I would say it's a 5 out of 5 because it's just so good and enjoyable. But because I'm trying to be a beer snob on Untapped, which is the worst place to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it anyway, 4 or 5. It's going to, just because I can nitpick something, I can bring it down a little bit. So it's going to be a 4 or 5. But, I mean, this is a very well executed beer.
This is probably, and it'll be one of the other episodes that we end up getting into when we review the second, if we haven't already done so, I can't remember, the second of the Mythos clubs. But the Living Waters likes to use cinnamon in their stouts. And I'm still kind of warming up to it.
Same.
I'm not big on the cinnamon. So I'm really glad that I got to enjoy this Russian Imperial Stout because I was just so much looking forward to having this one. And I didn't read anything about it before getting on here tonight.
Right.
So I'm really glad I didn't pick up like loads of cinnamon in this beer.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised because the cinnamon's been good and they do really good work with cinnamon. It's never, I haven't had the experience like I had with Avery and it's triple vanilla.
Where it's just over the top.
Yeah.
They never go over the top with cinnamon, and I very much appreciate when they do that.
Right. So they know what they're doing. They're calculating it. They're pushing the limits, but it hasn't been overpowering. So that there's that. Kappa was very cinnamon.
Yeah, that was the first Mythos series release, I believe, right?
I think so. I think so.
Yep.
And I mean, lots of cinnamon. And I still have one, and Ryan definitely suggested to drink it at ASAP, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna hold on to it, and I'm gonna be a bad craft beer guy.
Listen to the brewer.
I know, right? Most beers, when they release, is when you should drink them, to be honest. But with stouts and higher alcohol, you can age them and they can mellow out.
But when a brewer releases a beer, to them, that means it's ready.
Exactly.
Drink it.
Yeah. Pro tip.
Don't do this. Don't do this Stone Enjoy After series that they do, where they release. Come on, man. We all know that's a fad. Like, you have the Enjoy By series, which is great. They're IPA that say, okay, have it by this day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's probably going to start to get weaker on you. Enjoy by 7-4, enjoy by 12-25, enjoy by 1-1. You know,
so
like
much
milestones. But then they have the Enjoy After series. Honestly, I haven't seen them in a while, but they release them before they're ready.
Yeah.
And the goal is, age it for a while. It's a fucking IPA.
Right.
You're releasing it to us because you don't want to house it in your warehouse and making us pay for the space after we've already paid for the beer. And it's always hopped with some sort of like Brett yeast or something like that. So when you pop it open 2 days after, it's like,
yeah,
and it starts spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
Super high concentrated and high carbonated. It's just, don't do that.
It's aggravating.
Release a beer when it's time to drink it.
Yeah.
Ryan does that.
Yeah, he does. He does it with intent and purpose.
Yes.
So I'm about done with this, man.
Yeah.
So 4.5 on the Untapped
Mm-hmm.
ratings. Untapped is the rating system from hell, but please go get it if you want to find beers local to you. That's the main reason I have it.
Yeah.
Untapped, you should pay us.
I check in enough of the beers, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm closing in on 1,000.
Yeah?
I just keep not checking things in though.
You're way over 1,000 in IRL.
Yeah, I am. I at least checked this one in.
Yes.
I'm on
Before
the fence.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something.
Oh, I'll forget if I don't. So
That's true.
I just, usually I'm using my phone for something else, and now it's just sitting there staring at me. So now I use it for things like Untapped. But anyway, I'm going to polish this off, and I guess it'll be time for a rinse session.
Rinse break.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Yes.
Man.
More beer.
More beer.
More Living Waters.
Always a good thing.
So this one was released alongside Dyson Sphere.
Yes. Side by side. You had to pre-order both.
Not a stout.
Nope.
Stellar Engine is the name of the beer. Barley wine is the style. English barley wine. 10.1% ABV, 30 IBUs. Another heavy hitter.
It's a good one. I'm the first one didn't really tackle my brain too hard.
No.
So it was pleasant.
This one probably will.
Maybe this one will bring me to space.
Drinking two. Your dad is first in puns.
Of course.
And you are a damn close second. That's where you get it from.
I mean,
from your father.
It was nonstop growing up. Yeah. Everywhere. And some of them were so subtle that people would have to come back later and be like, listen. Like some of them sit for a while and then they hit, later. He's really on point with those puns because they're never good. They're just always like they tag you later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's either instant or it's like the candy now or later.
Yeah.
Or now and later. Now or later.
They're called now and laters.
That works.
No, it doesn't. That was a good try, though.
I mean, I had to chew on it a little bit. But
oh, God.
The Stellar Engine, just so I don't fuck it up this time.
Yeah.
They're hypothetical megastructures that also use stars radiation to create usable energy. So both of these heavy hitters are
space objects.
They're based on spaced megastructures that sap the sun's power.
Okay.
How do we take that with beer?
I don't know.
The bottle is the Stellar Engine, and I'm drinking the sun.
That's too deep. That is way too deep for me.
Anyway.
But this is a series.
Yeah, it is. It looks like it.
Voyage 1?
The other one, was it Voyage 1 or was it Voyage 1?
Yeah. So it was Dyson Sphere Voyage 1. I can confirm that real quick. So I almost feel just by the name itself that maybe they're trying to make this a series. And if they do, that'd be great, because I would drink the hell out of this again.
This is going to be like, I don't want to amp it up too high, but this is kind of the Nashville Dark Lord to me right now.
Construct 1.
Construct and Voyage.
Construct 1, Dyson Sphere, Construct 1, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a Dyson Sphere is something that has to be, well, so does Voyage, so does Stellar Engine.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought I was on to something there. That's
Wait.
10%.
No, wait.
Dyson Sphere, Construct 1.
Right.
Stellar Engines, Voyage 1.
Because it's propelling itself. The construct around the sun versus the Voyage sapping the sun to go somewhere.
I feel like Ryan is going to have to set us straight on this one.
We'll talk to him.
He's probably going to listen to this. Those dumb fucks don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, probably.
We're drinking your beer, man, damn it. And we like it.
We're not scientists, but damn it, we're going to drink till we are one.
Yeah. If you have enough beer, you can sound smart.
Yes.
That's not true.
Yeah, my brain started trying to do the thinking on a pun. And I was like, stop it. I told it to stop. I'm not going to do it. But the label is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's a little rocket ship thing shooting hold up. So it's stealing the sun energy while jettisoning itself towards the sun still.
Jettisoning?
Well, it didn't shoot itself out of itself. So how about propelling itself towards the sun?
There you go.
Science.
Although I like jettisoning better.
Yeah, but yeah, I went from like a full spaceship because I'm a nerd for shit like space and Star Trek and wars and stars. You know what I mean?
Still cool ass black bottle.
It is. It's a perfectly black bottle and black label with a little bit of a diagram with surrounding imagery.
Silver wax this time.
Silver wax. The last wax was gold.
Golden wax, yeah.
This wax was easier to get through. I did not do the pro tip on this. I took the pliers out and peeled that bitch. But it was a lot easier this time having done it once prior. So
I feel like there were two things at play. One, I feel like because you are a professional.
Oh, okay.
And you were able to get through this one because of your experience of the Dyson Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like this wax is a little bit thinner. Like this almost seemed a little bit smaller than
they did
the Dyson
better.
Sphere.
They did better on this one.
They need to do that every time.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't dipped wax myself for a bottle thing, and I know probably just by assumption how easy it is just to overdo it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can fix it after
it's too late at that point.
Is it a consistency or is it too heavy of a dip? I don't know.
It must not be consistency because I don't think so when we were, and we can talk about this in a minute, but when we were at the Living Waters Mythos 2021 members
that was fun
party a while back, we were talking with Shane Rogers.
Shane,
Dude's
everyone
wild,
knows Shane, man.
Yeah. And he was talking about he actually went over to Ryan and asked Ryan to pull out one of the Dyson Spheres that had like the triple wax on it.
Triple wax.
That thing looked like a dildo, man. I mean, it was wild how much wax was on it. It was more than the wax that we had on ours.
Yeah. There's a photo of that somewhere out there, and just to keep things right, delete that post. God.
Shane will know what you're talking about.
That's right. Shout out to Shane, man. He got a lot of shit going on. What up, Egg Money?
What up, Shane? But that one had a much thicker golden wax than our Dyson Sphere had.
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe it's not all about just how the wax was made, but like how it was dipped and how many times it was dipped and things like that.
So, okay, they had to do multiple dips.
Seemed like on that one they did.
Okay.
But this one seemed to be not easy, but much easier according to when you were opening this one than the last one was. Stellar Engine.
Yeah, I got through it a lot quicker because initially you took the scissors teeth to it, gripped it, and ripped it, and then I used pliers and surgically took it apart.
You want to pop it open?
Yes.
Do it.
I'm sitting here staring at it. I'm like,
I'm looking. It looks good. So it's got the It's got the existing Living Waters style, the dark black bomber style bottle.
Dude,
Sniff it. The semi. Oh. That smells great. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I'm expecting like a dark caramely.
Right?
Not dark, but maybe like medium. Almost kind of looks like a. Well, no.
All right. This pours a little quicker.
Yeah.
Than the other one. The other one is a little more. What was the word?
I was expecting. So we had a. What was the Death Star that we had?
Revolution?
Yeah, it was a barley wine. I thought.
Oh yeah.
There was one that we had, and it poured almost like a golden ale style. Like it was a little bit medium bodied. It wasn't as caramely looking. For some reason, that's one of the only few barley wines that I've had. I was expecting this to kind of pour like that, but this pours a little bit darker.
It does. It really does.
God, and these are full glasses too, Mitch.
You know, it kind of works out.
Why? They're 10% each, and we're each having 2 glasses of 10% beer.
I think it works. It works.
It's great. The bad thing about, well, the good and bad about Living Waters beers is you do not feel the high alcohol beer in the Living Waters until you stand up later, and then you're like, oh shit, like this one's getting to me.
Yeah, that's true. We are seated.
I've never had a super boozy Living Waters beer. Yeah, barrel aged is one thing, but like if it's high alcohol, 10.1 is nothing really to laugh at. You know, but when you're drinking a 10.1% beer, you're like, ooh, you're feeling it. For whatever reason, I don't get that.
Yeah, no.
With any of Ryan's beers.
I mean, we pregame with Totino's.
That's a good point. We had pizza rolls prior to this.
Shout out to Totino's. You should pay us.
Our guts are lined with pizza rolls right now.
I think the yeast from the pizza rolls are enjoying their treat.
The combination ones, too. So it's the pepperoni, the sausage, and the cheese.
Yeah, they were good, man.
We like our pizza rolls like we like our beer. Complicated and layers of flavor.
There we go. Totino's.
That's right. Shout out to Totino's. I'm going to feel like ass tomorrow morning.
At least it's the weekend.
That's true.
We chose a good day for this. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and prep my Untapped.
I want to say something about this beer, though, before we drink it. It's dark in color. Almost looks like a porter. It's like a cross between a porter and like a brown ale. Brown ale.
More like a brown ale.
It looks like a brown ale. I know it's not going to drink like a brown ale.
Good God, the nose. It's like, it's good. I'll start by saying it smells like exactly a barley wine because there's a little bit of feet in it. Feet.
Okay.
I don't know.
Feet?
It smells like stink.
Feet?
Yeah.
Feet?
I think feet.
Okay.
It's got some stank on it.
This beer smells like feet. Can't wait to dig in.
Yeah. Well, it's like cheese, man.
Fucking beer profiles, man.
When it's stinky, it's good.
Real earthy and like disgusting smelling. And can't wait to dive in and take a taste of it.
Oh, wow. My nose hates it, but my mouth will like it.
Tar aftertaste. It's great.
God, we're about to delve into like the nether regions of the internet with this conversation.
Yeah, we are.
It's about to go real dark, but no, yeah, it smells good. I wish I knew a little bit more about barley wine on why the smell is so distinct.
It's kind of, for me, it's more of it's like a cross between rye and boozy.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see the rye is the important part, right?
Yeah. But I've never had a barley wine where it's just like, it doesn't taste boozy.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I haven't had the wrong barley wine, or because really the only barley wines I've ever had, Revolution.
Yeah.
Of course, this one tonight.
Fuck, we still have a barley wine to drink. Living Waters, Trenton.
Have we not had that one?
Never opened it.
Sorry, Ryan.
It just dawned on me. I was like, ah, shit. We didn't do that because we got busy with interviews, which is a good thing, good problem to have.
You know, this is the first time that we're sitting down in over a month.
Yeah.
And actually having a one-on-one drinking session.
Good problem.
We've had, great problem. You know, we had we had Michelle with Wiseacre, and then we had Kat with Rheingeist, and then we sat down with the Poor Choice of Words guys.
Good people.
That was great. That was a good time, too.
Yeah. I'm going to get 2 more mics for you guys so we can do it again with the full group.
Yeah, it'd be great to have all 4 of them on here.
Yeah. And we may be, I don't know, in the future, maybe we'll hang out where they hang out and do that kind of deal.
It'd be fun to do some more collab with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Poor Choice of Words. If you haven't listened to the episode, it's fairly recent.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think the next thing they were doing, I don't know if it's out yet, was just to plug them for a minute, was Drinking Partners.
Drinking Partners, the Flip Cup tournament at Casual Pint.
I just watched the It's Always Sunny episode of Flip Cup.
Nice.
And it made me think of that. It's like, oh, I hope it goes well for both groups.
Drinking Partners, man, they're wild. I was listening to some of their stuff the other day. I was like, just keeping up with them, it's next level, man. I'd have to. It'd be crazy.
It's definitely entertainment because I cannot keep up if I'm working.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. They cover
you got to be paying
things.
attention.
Yeah.
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 But they're doing the Flip Cup tournament with Casual Pint.
I would love to watch it.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. So I hope they do video because that would be wonderful. Maybe an Instagram Live or something. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing because I haven't met Drinking Partners. So it's just one of those things where it's like a Flip Cup tournament. Yeah, there needs to be some video or footage or something, man. That'd be wonderful. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to just see how that episode goes for sure.
Yeah. But this is the first time we've actually had just kind of a day to ourselves.
Yes.
In drinking, because it's been, we've been blessed with being able to sit down with multiple people and it's not done yet. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We've got more people in the pipeline. It's just craft beer wants to talk.
Yeah, I love it.
We want to talk with craft beer too.
Mm-hmm.
And not to plug or anything, but this is the time for people to get out and talk about it in this day and age. If you want to talk, that's what we're here for.
Definitely. And you don't even have to be the brewer.
No.
If you like craft beer.
Yeah. We do. I mean, we've done collabs with other podcasts. We've done it with sales rep. I mean, Wiseacre and Rheingeist, sales reps. Kat was awesome. Michelle was great.
Dude, all the reps so far are where the action's at, really. I mean, they are enthusiastic about what they're sporting and everything.
And that's important.
Yes.
It's great. And they all know each other,
mm-hmm.
And they all want to get along. There's no competition between craft breweries. It's collabing and coming together, helping each other out. And that was apparent when we had the discussion with Chad at Big Ten.
Yeah.
Or with Tenfold. And they were talking about, there were breweries around him that was out of stuff, and Chad was out of stuff, and he just sent a text message out, and people were like, "Hey, come get it! I got a bag of yeast for you, or a bag of pellets, or a bag of hops, whatever
ingredients.
The case was."
People share.
They just So shout out to craft beer.
Yeah, man. The craft beer scene in Nashville, Middle Tennessee in general, everyone looks out after each other, so that's great.
I want to try this.
Yeah, I keep bringing it up to my mouth and then going, "Oh shit, we haven't initiated."
Well, let's initiate.
Tasting. Yes.
Let's go.
Man, it smells like a barley wine. I can't wait.
Woo!
That is a punch.
Yes.
Woo!
It is strong at first and then really kicks you in the mouth at the end.
Yo, this is a strong first voyage.
Ryan, what'd you do, man?
This is
great.
This
is a punch in the face.
That one woke me up a little bit. There's the second aftertaste.
Yeah.
It kicks.
So there's the initial barley wine.
Yeah.
Woo. It's it's a kick in the mouth. And you're like, ooh, okay. But then it like dies down real quick and it comes back again and hits you for round 2.
It's got a vengeance.
It's strong.
Dude. Yeah. I'm gonna look up barley wine real quick, because there's been few and far between that I've had barley wines that have been, to my recollection, like great barley wines.
Okay.
But at the same time, I haven't just had a flight of barley wines, so I can establish a central profile.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
We're not necessarily palate experts.
Yeah.
Well, this one says a blended barrel-aged barley wine housed in willet rye and bourbon casks for 14 months and then precisely blended back together. Strawberry jam greets you at first, opening the door to layers of toffee, sugar, and butter pecan ice cream.
I can see butter pecan for sure.
Really?
Yeah. It's that lingering flavor on my palate.
Okay.
So barley wine ranges in color from translucent deep amber to cloudy mahogany, shout out Anchorman, to near opaque black. And this is amber, but close to black, too.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say it's somewhere between the second and the third one that you
it's
mentioned.
a cloudy mahogany opaque black barley wine.
It's a great color.
It's awesome. You know it's a little sinister because we just tasted it. But it has the strength typically of 6 to 12% by volume, and that's it gets real technical here, but it's made from grain rather than fruit. It is a beer. Everyone kind of knows that. What?
Huh?
There's a beer writer called Michael Jackson.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I know 3 Michael Jacksons now. Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson. King
You know
of Pop.
3 or you know 2? And
No, I know 3 now. Oh, I barely know the third one, which I just learned about. But then Michael Jackson's also Trevor in Trailer Park Boys through the first like 8 seasons or so.
Ah, okay.
His name's Michael Jackson. the guy that wore the teabag sweater.
Fucking Corey and Trevor.
Yeah. And then now this is a Michael Jackson who's a beer writer. Very distinctive with an earthy hoppiness, a wininess, lots of fruit and toffee flavors.
See, I don't get toffee.
I do, and it's more like you said butterscotch earlier.
I don't remember what I said.
There is a sweetness towards the end. I could see where toffee
Butter
could be a
pecan.
thing. Butter pecan.
Butter pecan ice cream. I maybe my palate's just not advanced enough, but I'm not getting any of that. But I don't really know what toffee tastes like because I don't eat it enough. Butter pecan, I'm just not really a fan of butter pecan.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I get the rye.
I get butter pecan off this when I have that mental imagery along with what I've had of butter pecan at the very end. It's sweet and it's got that kind of fatty butteriness to it that's present across the whole tongue, you know.
Okay.
It's got I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it's pungent.
That it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is super pungent.
It's lacquered my tongue.
I can't sit here and say, well, I'll hold my thoughts until the end.
All right.
But I think it's good.
It is good.
I'm not a huge barley wine guy, number one. But number two, I also don't know a lot about barley wines.
Same. So, my rating's going to be a little skewed on this one.
Yeah. And that's literally what I was about to say is I don't really know how to rate this one and be fair to Living Waters.
I'm enjoying it. Just like my other one, just on taste and flavor alone, is how I'm going to rate it. I'm not an expert on barley wine at all. Can't claim to be. I'm still going to give this one pretty high marks, though, because it's delicious. It's pungent. It's a kick in the mouth. It's brightened my world. What else can I say? It's
stellar.
But you got me on that one. Now you got my engine going.
This one, oh God. This one I will say that I haven't had very many barley wines before, and this one ranks towards the top out of barley wines that I've had. And I don't really remember. Barley wines for me, I guess I kind of thought they were like boozy IPAs, but
I could kind of see that. Maybe if it was a red.
Yeah. Okay, so that's exactly right. If it was like one of those, like an Imperial Red Ale or like a red IPA or something like that, then maybe it might fit into more of this category. But the more I try, this one doesn't really taste as much like a red ale or a red IPA, and I appreciate that because this is heavy.
Yeah, I think the rye really plays favor to butter pecan.
Okay.
And this is on top of rye, it's barrel aged. So that's where the sweetness is coming from. So they're fighting each other a little bit on this one, but they're working together on this one, in my opinion, because you're getting that sweetness, which is a lightness to butter pecan, because it's like a tasty treat, but it's got a slight bitterness to it that bites.
I kind of taste it now.
Yeah.
A little bit of the butter pecan. It's faint to me.
Right. It grows as you keep sipping, because I'm a little further in.
But it really, it sounds stupid to say, but it's kind of buttery.
Yeah.
Like I know obviously butter pecan, but like when I'm drinking this beer, it's like.
Well, butter pecan, to be fair, is not. I can't believe it's not butter.
Right.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's sugar.
It's kind of creamy without the
Creamy's
sweet taste to it. It's kind of creamy, I guess. Buttery, I guess is the word, which obviously makes sense considering it's butter pecan. But I kind of get a little bit of that towards the end, and it stays with me a little.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's fantastic. So it's not as harsh as that barley wine we had from Revolution. This one's a lot smoother.
I'm trying to remember the name of that Revolution one.
I know it's bothering me. I can't remember because it's such a formidable name too, if I remember right. But I mean, I'm remembering not remembering.
Straight Jacket.
Fuck, Straight Jacket. Yeah, I mean that's a good name.
Yeah.
Damn it. And again,
I like this better than I like Straight Jacket.
Yes, by far. I think Straight Jacket I gave a 4 last time.
I'm trying to remember. I actually never checked in Straight Jacket. I should have, but I didn't. 13.1%.
Holy shit. That one's a lot more stout. So no wonder it was a little more boozy.
Yeah.
There it is.
Notes of stone fruit, toasted coconut, molasses, and vanilla. I do remember the vanilla.
It did have like a soothing vanilla aspect to it. Interesting.
I like this one more.
This one's got a lot of character. You know,
good word for it.
I felt like I was bashing Stellar Engine for half the time here, but it is fantastic. If you're bearing with us through our experience here, if you know somebody that's got Stellar Engine, it is definitely worth your time to try and get a taste. It's a distinctive, and it's definitely one of the better barley wines I've had ever.
Is this their? No, we already said this isn't their first one.
I think Trent was, well, to my knowledge, Trent's the first one, but we missed out almost the first 8 months of Living Waters because I think I learned about it after the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Like during the pandemic it started or something. I don't remember. I think I went maybe right before, but I can't remember exactly what introduced. No, okay. I had to have gone before because I bought those crowlers. So I don't know when the pandemic happened between my time of experiencing them versus my crowlers and then the pandemic happening. So it must have been maybe I missed a month or two. Okay, I don't feel so bad now. I think Trent was the first one.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
I think they were open 4 or 5 months before the pandemic even started.
Yeah.
Like not long.
No, not long at all.
You know, and you can attribute that to, you know, the guys at Crazy Gnome as well. Those guys have really experienced headache and hassle the whole time. You know, right when they were about to open, they got hit with the tornado, and then after that they started recouping, and then COVID hit and all that. And so Living Waters kind of is the same thing.
Yeah. And I just looked up Trent. It's not bourbon barrel aged. It's just straight barley
Straight English
wine.
barley wine.
Yeah.
What's the ABV on it?
10.1. Is this Trent?
Ryan, what are you doing to us, man?
Nah, this isn't probably Trent because it's also 10.1.
Yeah.
I'm not a brewer, so I don't know how to fucking guess. But, I mean, this is fantastic. And if this is alluding to what Trent will be like as a baseline, I can't wait.
Yeah. This is to me, it's a slower sipper than Dyson Sphere was. Dyson Sphere was, we said it wasn't really thick, but kind of medium, but as high of an ABV beer it was definitely a medium to slow sipper.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going even slower.
It is. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep sipping it. We may wrap up before the end of it.
Yeah.
But just before...
We'll be here all night if I'm sitting here drinking this pint.
Right. So one thing I do want to just say, what were the highlights of the Mythos Club event that we went to?
So we did the Mythos members appreciation party night. Excuse me. I think there were 7 stouts on tap.
Yeah, sorry, there I go.
From 2020.
Yeah, it was.
So he had bottles from last year's or the year before last year's Mythos Club.
Wasn't it? It was a full vertical of their releases.
Oh yeah, I mean there were 7 stouts, and then of course there was an experimental line of sours that I didn't really get into.
I had the majority of them. Okay. There was one that the majority vote was like, don't worry about that one. Because if they were bad, it was a private stock kind of thing. So it was a wonderful experience because, I don't remember how many private sours there or funks there were, but 9 out of 10 were hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, if you're a home brewer or something, you know the pain.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 9 out of 10 is fantastic. So
that's a great ratio to hit.
Yes. So I mean, the stuff that was provided, Mythos Club wise, was
a
fantastic.
blast.
My favorite out of everything, Oreo.
Yes,
dude.
I don't remember the name
Cthulhu?
of it. Yes, Cthulhu. I believe it was Cthulhu. So it was a milk and cookies Imperial Stout. And Ryan said he may or may not be allegedly, that's what we had to say,
yes,
barrel aging that one.
Everyone, except the staff probably partaking. I just want to say, I don't know what I heard.
Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, I really do hope to see more Oreo stouts.
That would be, I love Cthulhu.
I think it was Cthulhu. I think it was. I could be wrong. There was 2 that were amazing. There was Leviathan.
Yeah.
Cthulhu. And I feel like there was...
I think Leviathan was the first one that we had. No?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Shit.
Cthulhu was a favorite. I really enjoyed. There was a...
I've got a picture that I'm going to pull
mint
up.
And it was like a mint chocolate Russian Imperial Stout. It was the last one on the stout series, and it was really good.
Man, that whole night, I went back for several of the Oreo Stout. And this was much like, it was akin to a beer festival because you got your pourings and tasters and everything, so that way everybody can have a taste.
And Gentry was there pouring coffee, too.
Yeah.
Was it Gentry?
Yeah, Gentry. He was figuring out with the club members who or what coffee would go into the next stout.
Yes.
Which is just super fun.
That was a fun experience. I'm not a coffee guy, but I appreciated that experience.
Yes.
Overall.
And one coffee kind of ruled out all the others too. So that was super fun.
There were there were only 1 or 2 that actually had cinnamon in it out of the 7 stouts. And those weren't overpowering, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
But they were every single one of those stouts was just phenomenal. It was a good night overall. Oh, you found a picture.
Yeah.
Cthulhu was number 1.
Ah, Kraken.
Okay.
So we were wrong. Cthulhu. Okay. So
Cthulhu was the first one.
Mythos. This was the Mythos member party. I'll give you the full lineup.
Yeah.
So the first year we missed out by like 3 days. Like a lot of individuals who joined the second round.
Yeah.
So Mythos, the first one that was released was Cthulhu. Coffee Milk Stout with Las Joyas des Eyelid Porto Bourbon. I don't know what the fuck that is.
You're gonna start running into trouble as you start naming these.
Yeah, I don't know. That might be coffee and bourbon. I don't fucking know. Then there's Mythos Kraken.
That was the favorite.
Milk Stout with the adjunct of Oreo cookies. And people went ballistic on that. It's the only bottle I think that completely ran out of stock.
I remember going up to get more of it, and they opened the last bottle, and they're like, "All right, last call for Kraken."
Crazy.
So good.
Then we had the third iteration, Umibozu, Raspberry Milk Stout. And then with an adjunct of coconut. Then the Jormungandr. That one was a Russian Imperial Stout, and it was also a fan favorite.
That was the first one on the list for me that was like, whoa,
yeah,
like kick in the face.
Yes.
The other ones were smooth and really good, but like Jormungandr was just like, boom, Russian Imperial Stout right in the face.
Here's why. It had Ugandan, Madagascan, Mexican, and Tahitian vanilla bean blend. You got some vanilla on vanilla action.
Avery.
Yeah, Avery. This was 4. But it was good compared to whatever the fuck triple vanilla was on Avery's part. Charbitas?
Charbitas?
I don't think that's right.
No, I think it is.
Is it?
Charbitas.
Carbitas. Anyway, Russian Imperial Stout.
Cinnamon.
It's a cinnamon, vanilla, hazelnut, Ethiopian washed coffee from Parlor Coffee Roasters. It was good too, but I mean, Jormungandr and the Oreo is super hard to beat.
Jormungandr and Kraken.
Yeah. And then Scylla. Russian Imperial Stout with hazelnuts, dates, pink Himalayan salt. Madagascar vanilla, Hacienda Azul, Rica cocoa nibs.
Okay.
So chocolate.
Then Leviathan. Leviathan was basically the mint chocolate one, right?
Yeah, think Girl Scout cookie mint chocolate chip.
Thin mints.
Yeah, thin mints. That's what I was looking for. And
so
then
good.
mint leaves, Madagascar vanilla, and mint chocolate cookies.
I was totally expecting that one to be my favorite of the evening, but I think the Kraken still eked out the winner for me.
Yeah, Kraken, hands down.
Cookies and cream or oatmeal.
Oreo thing.
Don't fuck with it. It was, just, it was such a good combination.
No wonder it's still around as just a commodity dessert or cookie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, put it in a beer, you're gonna win.
God, it was so good.
Yeah, and just the thought or the tease of maybe a bourbon barrel aged later down the line is just so. Oh yes, please.
I would love to have that.
Yeah. So may or may not happen.
It's cool that even though we didn't get a chance to get the Mythos Club last year, that we still got to experience some of it.
Definitely. I hope that's a trend year after year.
Imagine being able to have verticals next year.
Yeah. There's no more Oreo, but just think, if you join, if the club continues into a third year, you've got most of the vertical of first year, second year.
Yep.
And then you've got the ones you're collecting that year.
Well, if he goes in order,
yeah.
The first one was cinnamon.
Yeah.
Right? Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa was the first one of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the second one. I don't even remember the name of it.
Grendel.
We haven't reviewed it yet.
No.
That's on a future episode.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if we let that sit for a little bit, is there cinnamon in that one?
Probably. Yeah, I don't remember. Let me look it up. But Grendel, it's been on our plate to do, but then we got distracted by a bunch of interviews. And, good problem to have and all. But one of those things is we ended up slacking on doing our own tastings when beer is supposed to be at its best when, released.
Consumed as soon as it's released.
Yeah.
I feel like if this one does have cinnamon, though, it's going to be muted a little bit because it's been aging for a little longer.
Let's see if anyone put it in. Yeah, they did. So, Grendel
Okay.
soon to be reviewed by us, is a sweet stout. Hold on. Damn it. This is the untapped style definition.
okay.
My bad. Imperial milk stout with cocoa powder, dandelion cocoa nibs, Madagascar vanilla, and cinnamon. Cassia cinnamon. So it's also a cinnamon one. But the reviews are all practically 4s out of 5s. So, people like us also are hesitant to give it the full marks. You know what I mean? Because full marks means perfect. And people are hesitant to say this is the perfect thing because what am I? I'm not perfect.
Right.
Alcohol is hitting now. Time to get kind of in there. But yeah, so Grendel's another one of those cinnamon stouts that came out.
Got it.
But I doubt it's going to be as heavy as Kappa.
Kappa was heavy on cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think it was over the top,
No.
but it was definitely heavier than what I was expecting.
Yeah, and I think with Kappa being the mischievous mascot it is, I think this one's going to be more to the point. So, I'm looking forward to that one.
Me too.
And with that, closing thoughts.
Ooh. Very good barley wine.
Give me the rating on this one while you're thinking.
Okay.
Dude,
my ignorance, yeah.
have you done a big gulp?
No.
Do a big gulp. I liked it more than a sip.
Surprisingly not as strong as it with a big gulp
Right.
as it is with a little sip.
Mm-hmm. Weird, right?
Yeah. That's weird.
If Shane was here, he would just chug it. But
Shane would have chugged this by now. Shane,
out,
I
Ghost
haven't
Town.
known. I only met you at the Living Waters Mythos party, but you're a wild individual from just the minute I met you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind hanging out with you a little bit more.
definitely.
But as far as ratings go, this probably tops the list of my favorite barley wines.
Yeah.
That I've had. I haven't had a lot of barley wine, so I really can't sit here and break it down. I put this above a 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would give it much more than that, simply for the fact that I'm ignorant to barley wines. I feel that if I knew more about barley wines, I could be a little bit more. I could critique it a little bit more against other barley wines, but the few that I have had, I feel like this one kind of ranked towards the top, and I very much like this. If it was between this and Dyson Sphere, I'd still say Dyson Sphere. But that's just because I'm a stout over a barley wine guy.
I'm about the same way. I'm going to give this one a 4.25 because it is the top current to my level barley wine that I've had. So, because it's got complexity, it's got layers, and it kicks you in the fucking mouth. But
that first sip,
dude, it introduces you to, or it introduces itself to you very quick.
Twice
over.
One kick and then another.
Yes. Lest I forget, there was a second reminder after that first taste. It was wild.
It could have been maybe it's mild. It's kind of mellowing out a little bit as we're drinking, or maybe our taste buds are just getting used to it a little bit more. It could be a little bit of both. But I feel like this is not as strong of a beer as the first sip. What?
Whoops. Check-ins.
So Mitch just checked in his 1,000th beer.
That was it.
And it happened to be with a Living Waters brew on the podcast. That's pretty wild, man.
I screenshot it. I'll post about it later.
That's great.
Hey,
not a bad beer for a 1,000th check-in.
No, man. Thank you, Living Waters.
You know, it's funny every time we know we're coming up on those milestones, we're like, oh, we got to make sure we get a good beer when we check it in. You just accidentally checked in the beer, and it happened to be a great one.
I knew I was close, so I was like, I better check, see where I'm at, and sure enough, 1,000 flat.
Wow.
Like, oh, shit. Of course, I couldn't end 1,000 check-ins better with these two beers.
That's great. Okay, so that being said, what are your thoughts on it?
You know, it's powerful. It's fuel. It is literal rocket fuel. They took the sun's energy to brew this bastard.
Hmm.
It's heavy.
Yep.
It'll kick you in the fucking face,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll make you wish you had more.
Preach.
So 425 for me. Fantastic barley wine. I hope to have more. I look forward to the future. Living Waters, Mythos, and releases.
I can't say any more about that. That was great. Stellar engine, Dyson Sphere, Living Waters, great beers all around.
Fucking good.
Have Living Waters. Anytime you're in Nashville, check them out. They're really good. We're gonna keep drinking Living Waters. I feel like part of my paycheck goes to them every single time.
No doubt.
Their IPAs are great. Their stouts are great. Apparently their barley ones are great. The Mythos Club that we signed up for, probably the only quote unquote mug club that I'm a part of, and the party alone was worth it.
Yeah.
To me, but being able to have these vintage releases like Kappa is also fun. And obviously this wasn't a Mythos release, but,
right.
I think didn't we get access to pre-ordering early?
Yes, with Mythos membership, you do get a week or so's notice prior to public release.
Yeah, so you get access, you get guaranteed pre-orders on these kind of beers. So shout out to Ryan, shout out to Gentry, shout out to Living Waters.
Thanks for all you do, man.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. We love you guys. Please keep brewing beer. We're going to keep drinking beer. If you are drinking beer, keep drinking beer. If you're not drinking beer, start drinking beer. And if you've never had craft beer before, Living Waters is a great place to start. They've got a little something for everybody. I know we've plugged them many times, but that's because they're good at what they do. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Cheers.